You toss and turn all night, you finally get to sleep, it's still dark 30, and they call Boots and Saddles. Can you get saddled in the dark within 15 minutes? This week on the 11th OVC. So this week, what we're going to talk about is hopefully a useful, quick video on maybe some tips and tricks on how to lay your bed out properly and be able to get saddled quickly. Now, one of the drills that we as the 11th OVC do relatively at least once a year is to kind of do a little race or heat, if you will, on saddling from a bedroll situation to calling Boots and Saddles to getting saddled and get going as quick as you can. This is one of those things that I think is useful, and let's see what you guys think. Please comment below as you see this video. Please comment below and see if this is useful for you. If not, maybe you guys have a good idea of what might be another drill that you or we could do to get better at saddling in the dark, to laying your gear out. And of course, experience itself as a mother educator, that once you get an idea, once you get going in the field and you actually campaign, you get an idea how to lay stuff out. But hopefully this will help out some of you new guys getting into cavalry reenacting. So like I said before, the drill that we're going to talk about today is we, this past weekend, actually did a race, or a heat, if you will, on laying your bedroll out, just setting it all out, acting like you're sleeping, and then calling Boots and Saddles, and then seeing who could get saddled and get geared up, get kitted up and mounted as soon as possible. The goal, obviously, for Boots and Saddles to being mounted is about a 15-minute window. Personally, I honestly don't know if that's a reenactorism or if that's actually specified in the manual somewhere. I haven't seen it in Cogdens or Poinsets or Cooks yet, or any other period manual, but it definitely is kind of an expected thing in the reenacting community. So as you can see here, what we did is we actually put 3 different heats together so you can see them simultaneously. The one on the upper right, you'll see that the method used is actually saddling first, then dealing with the bedrolls and the coat later. There at the bottom left, you can actually see that those guys are actually putting their coats and bedrolls together. And so hopefully this is kind of a good good demonstration for you guys. It's kind of a good drill that we like to do, as far as, start from a sleeping position, how you would have your bedroll laid out, how you would have everything laid out at nighttime, and then basically on the word go ahead and saddle the horse as quick as you can. Some interesting things to note here is once you do this a few times, you kind of get a hang of it. But if you're in a hurry, especially if it's in the middle of the dark, you really need to know where your gear and equipment is, as far as where do you keep your saber and your carbine. Is it on the right hand side of your bed? Is it on the left hand side of your bed? Also with your blankets, one of the things that a lot of our new guys forget is to put their shelter half underneath their saddle blanket, or somehow in their saddle blanket. A lot of times they get all saddled up, get to go, and then they realize that they need to add that, and then ends up being an afterthought. So just something to keep in mind. Also, one of the things too is I like to do is keep the gun blanket out last. That way you have a nice clean surface to roll your blanket, roll your overcoat without getting all the thorns and sticky parts of the grass that you sleep on in your coat and blanket, all that kind of stuff too. Here you can see on the upper right hand part kind of the difference between those two guys in that heat of saddling and putting the bedrolls on. Honestly, for me, I'm on the upper right hand corner. I have the hardest time is securing those the excess coat straps in a nice neat coil. I like everything nice and tight, and that takes a little while, especially for new coat straps. One thing you'll see too, as we kind of get toward the end of saddling up, I get in a hurry, and here, throwing everything on here, I get in a hurry and actually saddle my horse, get on my horse with it still hobbled. Here I go, putting the bit in right now, and again trying to get up as fast as I can, especially if this is in the dark. I would not see those hobbles and forget them pretty quick, and it was light and I still forgot them. So you see here I'm securing the cinch. Gary right there getting his belt and carbine on, and then I saddled, and you can see he's hopping around because he's still hobbled. I get down and unhobble him. So on the lower left you can see this is all in obviously sped up, but they're all paired together to where you can see who gets done first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. There's a lot of different methodologies you can use. A lot of guys like to do the blankets first. A lot of guys like to do, you know, a variety of things. So hopefully this is worthwhile, good drill that you guys can use, and you know, something fun that in a big group or in a small group you can kind of see how you want to roll your bedroll out, how you want to put everything together, and honestly, practice makes perfect. Get you an idea of how you want to do this. So hope you enjoy this and kind of see who ends up being last and first, and kind of see which method works best. So there we have the first, second, lower left hand corner, the third and fourth ones are done now. And then now on the right hand one, you know, these are actually kind of our newest recruits. Not new as an age, obviously, but new as far as our recruits that don't have a long history of riding. And of course, then we have our last two saddled up right about. He's got to unhobble here real quick, and once he unhobbles, secures him on the saddle, and then we'll be done. So, hope that was useful for you. A really quick video, but I wanted to share some of the drills that we do to train our new guys and our old timers, just to keep sharp on our skills and making sure we are able, when boots and saddles are called, to actually be able to saddle within that 15-minute window that most reenactors expect. So if this was useful, please comment below. If it was not useful and you think this is stupid, please, more so than ever, please comment below. We look forward to seeing you again, and until then, ride hard.